Dollar Smart 99 cents App Store, located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.
Philippine News Canada is brought to you by Rayford Media Group.
Hello mga kabayan, narito na ang pinalawak at pinalakas na coverage ng Philippine News Canada, Palitan Vancouver nationwide. Mga pangunahing balitang nakalap ng aming news team para sa linggong ito. Mula sa Price Smart Food dito sa Richmond on Accord Street, ako po si Rosette Correa. Ito ang Philippine News Canada, Palitan Vancouver.
Porters, as well as
She just approached now. Naghanap siya ng Ampalaya Plus. Diabetic siya.
my boss, Consul General Mia Ferrer, for the welcome remarks.
Honorable Minister George Chow, my colleagues from ASEAN, our delegation from the Philippines, and friends from the community, our friends from the media, magandang umaga po, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on this Saturday morning. Despite the cloudy, rainy weather outside, thank you very much for coming over to this official opening of our in-store promotion here at Price Smart Food. Of course, we started it yesterday, pero ngayon po yung ating official program. So thank you very much for joining us. This is a joint project of the Philippine Consulate General in Vancouver together with our trade office in Toronto, our Department of Tourism, and of course in partnership with our friends and supporters here, especially Philippine Airlines, our big importers of distributors of Philippine products, the AFOD, Uno, and of course Corinthian. And of course, we're very grateful here for Price Smart Foods for hosting this in-store promotion, the very first time that we are doing here in BC. And of course, I look forward to having this done in other places all across the Lower Mainland and of course all across the country. And let me also thank our friends from the Filipino community providing cultural performance, the ones that welcome us outside our Plano Santo Niño Association, and many other groups that will be sharing, of course, Philippine culture, heritage, music, and dance in the next 2 to 3 days. So maraming salamat po sa inyo. And of course, this in-store promotion is designed to raise the level of awareness and appreciation of Philippine products among our Canadian consumers. With now over 830,000 Filipinos all across Canada, according to the latest census, and around 160,000 of whom are residing across British Columbia, and out of which more than 15,000 reside here in Richmond, the Filipino community right now constitute close to 2% of Canada's total population, making us a quote-unquote a visible minority within the country. We would like to see this visibility translate to the shelves of the supermarkets, the menus of the restaurants, and of course the tables of Canadian homes. We are grateful to Price Smart for giving us this opportunity to highlight some of the Philippine products and brands currently already available in the market and eventually introduce new ones that the Canadian community can learn to enjoy. We have a delegation here from the Philippines, 14 companies, but 11 of which are represented this morning. They're bringing new products, introducing new products to the Canadian market, and hopefully we will expand the products available in our supermarkets all across the country. Of course, we have heard the adage that the way to a man's heart is through the stomach. or a woman's heart also, but mostly for the men. But whether this is myth or true, I will leave it to you to determine. However, I do believe that food is an intimate experience that helps foster understanding and forge friendships even among cultures. It is in this light that we hope our promotion of Philippine food products would lead to greater understanding and stronger ties between the Philippines and Canada. Again, maraming salamat po. Mabuhay kayo and please enjoy the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
As it was said, it's great to be here. I'd like to thank PriceSmart for receiving us here, and thank to the Consul General, Mr. Vera, and also the Consulate of the personnel from Vancouver and Toronto, as well as the Philippine Trade Office. I'm very happy to be here today, and once, long time ago, I was in the grocery business as a part-time partner with 4 other people. And the first year, I thought grocery is easy, right? I mean, you just put out your stuff and sell it. We lost $50,000. That was in 1981. That's a lot of money, but anyway, needless to say, the partnership was dissolved. But anyhow, I know how much work it needs in order to have a successful business, and also to constantly look for new products. So as far as what we are looking forward to is actually two-way trade in the agri-food business between the Philippines and BC. As you know, we are putting a lot of emphasis on our agri-food and selling it to across the border to the United States, China, Japan, Korea, but also I think in the future, our future lies with the Asian nations like the consulate here from Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand, yes. And my store back in those days actually was specializing in those 3 products, but we were a bit too early. But anyway, I know you are looking forward to the speakers who will introduce you to some of the fantastic variety of food from the Philippines, and we look forward to working with you in the future in terms of two-way trade. And thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
On behalf of Philippine Airlines, would like to thank the Philippine Consulate General in Vancouver, the Philippine Department of Tourism, and the other consulates all over Canada for supporting Philippine Airlines. We have just concluded, or we started our 18th year of presence here in Vancouver, operating non-stop from Vancouver to Manila. And we're very happy to see that we're not just exchanging people's traveling between 2 countries, but we're exchanging culture and now food. So this is a very good step forward. And we'd like to thank our compatriots, our Filipino balikbayans. Maraming salamat po mula sa Philippine Airlines, and we hope you enjoy this weekend. Thank you.
Magandang maga. That's I'm trying to act very magaling. I don't know if it's working for me. So first off, welcome to everyone here today and our special guests. It's a real honor for us to be able to have you here today. You know, we've done so many different events inside the store and celebrating so many different countries. And I said to Terrence and Joe, when are we going to do a Filipino event in Richmond? So I'm so pleased that we're doing one here today. What's so important for us in our company is we are participating heavily in the international experience, not only in this store, but a lot of the different stores inside our company. And the reason for that is when we put grocery stores into communities, it's not just to drop a grocery store in, but it's to be an active participant in it. And that's reflecting the face of the folks that live in those communities, because that's the right thing to do. We're early in our journey on that. One of our stores we just opened in Winnipeg last year has a large Filipino community around it in Northgate, and we've invested heavily in trying to do everything we possibly can to do what's right for those consumers. I love the fact that we've got our vendor partners here today, because we're early in this journey with you, but for us as a company, this is more than building a business partnership with you. This is about building a friendship. Because when you build friendships, that gets you through the good times and when things are challenging. So we don't want this to be a transactional relationship. We want this to be one that's long-lasting. something that I've got so many wonderful folks in our company are from the Philippines, and it's something that I so appreciate.
I'd like to thank the presence of Minister Chow. Thank you very much for graciously hosting this event and giving importance to our efforts. The Trade Facilitation Office Canada, by which the Philippines receives assistance, technical assistance to get our products here. And of course, we have a delegation from the Philippines of 11 exporters. They have their products here. They're not on sale yet, but they just would like to give you an idea of what they want to sell to the market and also get your reaction to their products. I'd like to give recognition to other vendors who have cooperated with us. Of course, Corinthian distributors, AFOD, Apple Uno, Kanda 6 Fortune, and even Thai United, whom we met yesterday. I'd like to also highlight and give my special invitation to Save On to please attend our International Food Exchange. It's coming up within the month. It's a showcase of the best of Philippine food products.
Wonderful, thank you. So we will now be entertained by the
Beauty isn't about having a pretty face. It is about having a pretty mind, a pretty heart, and most importantly, a beautiful soul. Oh, di ba bongga?
Bali, pagdating ko dito, hindi ako nag-expect na hala, ganito pala sa abroad.
Ang buhay ng OFW ay ibigay lahat para lang sa pamilya na naiwan sa Pilipinas.
Alam niyo ako, pag tinatanong nila ako, ano trabaho mo sa Hong Kong? Sabi ko, manager. Manager ka ng ano? Eh, manager ako ng amo ko.
Wow!
Yung ginagawa namin every Sunday, yun yung nagbibigay ng excitement sa amin every day na nagtatrabaho kami. Kahit pressure sa amo.
If the Philippine government stop all the helper going out of the country, the whole world will be in big trouble without helper. And that's a big problem.
It's so rough.
Dollar Smart 99 cents App Store, located at 4811 Diesel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.
Ang Sunday Beauty Queen ay isang documentary na ginawa ni Director Baby Ruth Villarama. Ang documentary ay tungkol sa buhay ng mga domestic helpers sa Hong Kong at tuwing linggo ang pagkakaroon nila ng salo-salo at minsay beauty pageant. Nakapanayam ng PNC Balitang Vancouver sa isang exclusive interview ang director ng documentary na si Baby Ruth. Para sa Juan on Juan, kilalanin natin ang award-winning director na si Baby Ruth Villarama.
Beauty isn't about having a pretty face. It is about having a pretty mind, a pretty heart, and most importantly, a beautiful soul. Oh, di ba bongga?
Bali, pagdating ko dito, hindi ako nag-expect na hala, ganito pala sa abroad. Natanong ng PNC Balitang Vancouver si Baby Ruth tungkol sa inspirasyon niya sa pelikula at ang naging instrumento sa paggawa nito.
Actually, my biological mother used to work as a domestic worker, and I didn't get the privilege to meet her. So I think this film is also my homage to my mother and to honor her sacrifices of bringing me here into this world. And meeting the Sunday Beauty Queens in Hong Kong has inspired me so much, because seeing my own people contributing to the world in such way and sacrificing their personal lives, I think they deserve to be honored and recognized through this film. So that's why I tried, to make a film like Sunday Beauty Queen.
Alam niyo ako, pag tinatanong nila ako, ano trabaho mo sa Hong Kong? Sabi ko, manager. Manager ka ng ano? Eh, manager ako ng amo ko.
Wow!
I'd like to give credit to the people who supported the vision that I had, first and foremost to Tokyo Docs, my Japanese co-producer Tetsuo Maki, who, the first time he saw the pitch that I presented, he automatically gave his support. And to the locals in Hong Kong, to the Philippine consulate, who guided us every step of the way, and also to the Filipino community there who opened their doors and their stories to us. To Chuck Gutierrez, my producer, my cinematographer, Dexter De La Peña. I mean, it takes a village to make a good film, and every achievement that Sunday Beauty Queen has received, I mean, I owe it to these people.
Yung ginagawa namin every Sunday, yun yung nagbibigay ng excitement sa amin everyday na nagtatrabaho kami. Kahit pressure sa amo.
If the Philippine government stop all the helper going out of the country, the whole world will be in big trouble without helper. And that's a big problem.
Inalam din ng PNC Balitang Vancouver kung ano ang reaksyon ng mga caregivers sa kanyang proyekto at kung ano ang inspirasyon ng mga ito sa kanilang paghahanap buhay.
The first reaction that they gave me was, "Are you sure that you want to feature us? Because we're nobodies." I mean, nobody has really, reported or done a story about us except that if we're in trouble. So doing a story about them, it almost came as a shock and a surprise to them, almost unexpectedly. But after about 6 months of immersing and spending time with them, they opened their hearts, and as the Filipino way of being hospitable and welcoming, they allowed me to observe their lives and to film them. I think it's important, to listen to the things that these Filipino caregivers are not saying. I mean, on the outside, they can work almost 24/7. They give themselves even beyond their needs. But deep inside, there are so many things that they're longing for: their freedom, their time for themselves, their personal happiness, and to be able to give them that one sweet day to be themselves. I think it's a huge deal for them. So with this film, we made sure that the lens would capture their essence, their beauty, and that freedom in that small window.
Tinanong din namin si Baby Ruth kung sino ang organizers at sponsors ng mga pageant at shows sa Hong Kong ng mga caregivers.
I'm also surprised while researching about the film that the beauty pageant is organized by themselves. From Monday to Saturday, they work for 24/7, and then come Sunday, they start the work for their own personal things, such as mounting this beauty pageant as part of their charity works. And what's amazing is that it's the cycle of giving back. It's the cycle of giving support to fellow OFWs. I mean, for me, that's special. That's very Filipino. No matter where we are in the world, like if there's a fellow Filipino who's in trouble, we will come in to help. And to choose the beauty pageant as a very interesting and unique platform to support them, I mean, it's quite very unique in this world. So that's why we decided to make a film. And the pageant is organized by themselves, and every proceeds of that pageant goes to them as well, and to supporting fellow OFWs who lost their job, who are displaced.
It's so rough.
Well, the logistics of the project is mainly managed by the Filipino community. So they have officers there who are also domestic workers themselves, and they invite judges from different sectors. They invite bank managers, representatives from the Philippine consulate and other embassies, corporate partners, even people working in theme parks. So they invite them to come over and judge the pageants. And where do they get their sponsorship? If you ask the organizers, like the corporate partners are actually, supporting them, making sure that their brands are visible, and every product that represent the migrant community in Hong Kong, they're very much involved in the organizing of the pageant. I encourage everyone to watch Sunday Beauty Queen. If you haven't been to Hong Kong, I think this film will bring you to that special place in Shater Road where you can witness about 190,000 Filipino migrant workers who are celebrating their one day of freedom and joy and their beauty. If you want to feel beautiful and empower yourself, this is the film to invite your friends to watch. And lastly, everybody deserves to wear a crown, so this film is for you.
Dollar Smart 99 cents Op Store, located at 4811 Hazel Beach Way in Richmond. Telephone number 604-207-0072.